How's it going, guys? My name is TJP, and welcome back to another Madden NFL 24 Franchise Opening Challenge. We're back from another NFC team, and we got the Falcons. So, 5 seasons to try to win a Super Bowl. Injuries on. These are the rules that we've had in place, will have in place going forward, and will have in place today for these normal team rebuilds. And they're not meant to be realistic. For those that are curious, not meant to be realistic. And that's pretty much about it. Yeah, I might mispronounce some names. That's definitely going to happen. So, yeah, let's see if we can do with the Falcons here, because that is who we are going to be trying to get a Super Bowl with today. So, leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below the video. Socials, playlist, search on main channel down in the description. With that being said, let's get on the gameplay. All right, so let's take a look here at the roster we have for the Falcons. Obviously, coming off a season where they went 7-10. A bunch of the teams in the NFC South went 7-10. So, should be interesting stuff. So, got Desmond Ritter as our QB right now. We'll see if that stays that way. Probably should. We'll see how he develops, though. Cordarrelle Patterson, he is our running back right now, but Robinson's going to be our main running back in the next couple seasons because obviously he's a young guy. Also, Algier will be pretty good too. So yeah, Tyler's going to be pretty good. Keith Smith, fullback. Drake London, wide receiver with Mac Hollins and Scotty Miller. Kyle Pitts, tight end. So we got him. Left tackle, Jake Matthews, which is pretty cool. We got Bergeron, it's our left guard. Probably want to improve that. He's young, so. Drew Dahlman, center. Chris Lindstrom is going to be our right guard. Caleb McGarry's our right tackle right now. We got David Onyemata, who's our left end. Grady Jarrett is our right end. Also, too, we have Calais Campbell, who's probably going to end up retiring at some point. Defensive tackle, definitely want to improve on that. Davis, though, is our guy right now. Bud Dupre, he is our left outside linebacker, mid linebacker. Caden Ellis and Troy Anderson. We got Lorenzo Carter, right outside linebacker, although he's hurt right now. AJ Terrell Jr., corner with Mike Hudges, and then Jeff Hoduka. And then Jesse Bates, the third free safety. Richie Grant, strong safety. Young Ho Koo, kicking. Bradley Pinion will be our punter. There's your pick situation. Couple 6, no 7th, not a big deal. For the most part, we definitely could look to improve the team now. I think I'd like to sign a defensive tackle in free agency. If there's anybody out there we could just pick up, because we definitely need that. Also, right outside linebacker. Well, I was hurt. I mean, Ioannidis wouldn't be too bad. Just sign as a free agent. I mean, unless we can kind of trade for one of these guys here that I would want, but quite frankly, it's probably just easier to sign Matthew Ioannidis for a season and give him the okay. And that should be fine, you know, for the time being. In terms of right outside linebacker, obviously that was a C. Abikati is right now our guy because of the injuries. And anybody would want to sign like a Kyle Van Noy? Probably not. I think we just rock out with who we have currently on our team. I mean, I kind of want to make it. Do I want to get another first-round pick? I might look to get a first-round pick. If there's anybody that might want to move that we don't really want to keep. But I think for now, I think we just keep the team as is, see how we do. See who's keepers and who isn't going to be a keeper going forward. And I think we just go from there. I mean, do I want to get a different left tackle than Jake Matthews? I mean, we could. We'll see. For now, I think we just, like I said, keep the team as is, and we will go from there. We're surprisingly 5-2. I didn't see that coming, but if we look at our rankings, surprisingly, offensively, we've been pretty solid. 11 total yards, but our defense is what's really been surprising, and 8th in the league. So I'm kind of surprised. I wasn't expecting that looking at our team. But you know what? I've been surprised before. So 5-2 right now. I mean, Ritter's been terrible. 8 TDs, 9 interceptions. That's not very good. 60% completion percentage is okay. But because of those 9 interceptions, his passer rating is really bad. So, but all right. I mean, what doesn't kill you make you stronger, right? Cordarrelle Patterson. Maybe we move him and let Robinson be our, like I said, our running back, or maybe we just try to get a different running back. But I think for now, it's fine. having him be our number one. Do think Robinson at some point will take that over. Drake London, solid receiving so far. Kyle Pitts, Mac Hollins, and Scotty Miller. Our blocking has been all right. Defensively, Mike Hodges leading the team in tackles. And we got Richie Grant, Lorenzo Carter, and Jesse Bates the third leading teams in tackles. 5.5 sacks for Campbell, 3 from Carter, 2 from Grady Jarrett. And then we've got 6 interceptions of the team. AJ Terrell Jr. with 2, and the rest of these guys down here with 1. Young Hoku, 70%, 7 of 10 kicking, which is not too bad. Punting is going to be Bradley Pinion. You can see there, kick return and punt return as well. If it's going to let me go over, it did. Thank you very much. And yeah, offensively, 11th in total yards, which is pretty good. I'm looking at that right here, and you can see pretty solid near the top of the half of the league. Of course, our passing is probably going to be pretty low. And, I mean, it kind of is. Our rush is going to be close to the top. In fact, it is the top. 19 points a game. Surprisingly, isn't that high. But it makes a lot of sense. So, defensively, though, is where we've been thriving. So, we're defending fairly well against passing. And fairly well against the rush. And again, we have 14 sacks, which is top half of the league indeed. And we're also allowed the third least amount of points. So defensively, we're looking pretty good. I don't know if there's any moves we want to make. If I was going to make a move, it would be for something defensive. But quite frankly, I think we keep the team as is. Unless I wanted to pick. But I think for now we're good. Let's see how we do the rest of the way. We're tied with the Saints right now. Let's hope that we can make the playoffs in our first season. I mean, that would exceed my expectations. I don't know how we went 13-4, but we went 13-4. I don't get how this team is 13-4. But we were. So offensively, not a great team, but we were the second best defense in the entire NFL, which is going to be helpful. So probably going to want to help ourselves out offensively. Maybe Desmond Ridder isn't going to be the guy. Nevertheless, team was excellent. Let's take a look here. Statistically speaking, I mean, Desmond Ridder, 27 TDs, 19 interceptions, 86.9 passer rating, threw for over 3,100 yards. Cordarrelle Patterson, he had 1,160 rush yards, only 3 rushing TDs, which counts little. John Robinson, pretty solid from him. Receiving-wise, Drake London and Pitts. Pitts had the most receiving TDs. And then Hollins and Miller were solid as well. Blocking, no one allowed double-digit sacks. McGarry allowed 8, 7 from Jake. Ken Nellis leading the team in tackles, 82, 74 for Richie Grant. Mike Hodges, 72, 71 for Troy Anderson. I see Calais Campbell had 14 sacks, 6.5 for Arnold. Lorenzo Carter, 4.5, 3.5 from Grady Jarrett. And then we got Hawkins down here as well as some other guys with sacks. A lot of sacks. And actually a lot of interceptions too. AJ Terrell Jr., man, locking people up. 6 interceptions for the man. Richard Grant had 4, 3 from Hodges. Duca, Bates the third. Wow, yeah, we had a lot of guys with interceptions. So our defense, especially against passing, was really good. Young Hoku was solid as a kicker. Pinion was punting, and you kick return and punt return here. So impressive stuff. I mean, 13-4. Again, offensively, we weren't that great, but if our defense could just play like it did, I mean, that's awesome. Maybe rush-wise, we were going to be close to the top, but it's just our passing was near the bottom of the league, which is why we were not very good in terms of our offensive rank. But 22.8 points per game is pretty good. So I don't know if our offense is as bad as it is indicated. Defensively, we were excellent. 36 sacks, close to the top of the league, and I think we led the league in interceptions, 25. So we were really good at defending there. Great on the defensive end, on the rush, and then top 3 in terms of lowest pass yards allowed. So we were excellent on all of those fronts. And I do want to take a look at the standings really quick, as well as the playoff picture. So let's take a look at that playoff bracket. But I'm just curious, yeah, who got the bye? I'm gonna take it to the Cowboys that went 14-3. Nope, it was the 49ers that went 14-3. So there you go, 49ers, man, 14-3 for those guys. So yeah, let's look at the playoff bracket and see what ended up happening. We actually ended up beating the Saints too. It was a big win against the Saints there because they were pretty good as well. Otherwise, Did the Saints make it? Yeah, they were the 5th seed. They had taken on Green Bay. Obviously, the Saints. Why would the Saints not make it? 13-4. So, all right, let's simulate. I'll see you guys in the what is it? I'm forgetting. Wow, I'm blanking on the name. Oh, Super Sim. There we go. We go to the Super Sim and take on the Seahawks. Let's see if we can beat them. All right, here we go. We're in the Super Sim. We're about to enter it here, taking on the Seahawks. We are the home team. Let's jump forward to the end of the game and let's simulate and see how we do. So starting it off here, first quarter is 3-0 right now, but we get a field goal, 3-3, tie it up. Can we score here? We do, make it 10-3 going into the second half, 13-3. And they score, make it 13-10. Can we score here? We got a field goal. Fourth quarter, it's close, and we do get an extra touchdown and a 2-point conversion, 24-10, as we advance to the divisional round and beat the Seahawks. So who will we be taking on next? Well, let's find out. But Desmond Ridder had a solid game. Didn't throw too much, but 77.7% completion percentage, 1 TD. Geno Smith, stinker from him. You can see there Matt Collins, Drake London, Cordarrelle Patterson. Pretty solid. All right, we have a date with the Philadelphia Eagles, so the Battle of the Birds here. And, I mean, on paper, they look like they're the better team, but somehow we were 13-4. The 5th best offense and 13th on defense. Or, no, 13th on offense and 26th on defense. So, I mean, we don't score a lot. We defend pretty well. We'll see what ends up happening. Let's hop on into the gameplay. We are the home team. Let's go to that Super Sim here and see what ends up happening here against the Eagles. Can we beat them? Let's find out. Starting it off here, they skip with a touchdown in the first quarter. We get a field goal. Second quarter, they score another one. It's 14-3. We got to be able to stop them, and we don't. We're getting blown out here. It's 21-3. It looks like they're going to win easily. 28-10 third quarter. We got to score again. We get a field goal. That's not enough, and they're just destroying us as we get absolutely embarrassed, 49-13 in the divisional. And, yeah, a pretty disappointing outcome there, especially after a 13-4 season. I mean, we exceeded our expectations, then we get to the playoffs and kind of blow it there. But not a surprise, they were the better team on paper. Nevertheless, there's some work to do, but we definitely were better than I thought we would be. Desmond Ridder was kind of meh. Jalen Hurts was really good. Gave us that work, but we got some work to do in the offseason. Still a promising season to build upon. Let's go to the offseason to win the Super Bowl and try to re-sign some players, get to free agency, do the draft. So the Battle of the Birds again. A lot of bird teams. Ravens beat the Eagles 28-3 in Super Bowl 58. Lamar Jackson, Super Bowl MVP. You can see there the awards. Josh Allen, Kyle Shanahan, Derrick Henry, Aaron Donald. We got Josh Downs and Will Anderson Jr. winning all these yearly rewards. Let's go on to the offseason. It's got some work to do. So we got 17 players ready for negotiations, and we got a little bit of cap room to play around with. Probably going to be a couple options here that we'd have to accept, like Kyle Pitts, who you definitely want to accept his option. So we'll accept his option. Anybody else here that we want to accept? If there is an option on them, we could do that. And doesn't actually look like it too much. For the most part, I think everybody else here is kind of just like, all right, if we can keep him, we can keep him. If not, no worries. So yeah, Jeff Paducah, I wouldn't mind trying to keep him on the squad. We can keep him. I'll give him 2.5. But other than that, I mean, that's pretty much about it. Okay, he wants to test. That's fine. So let's see what I end up keeping. If not, we'll just have to try to see if we can find either replacements or get them back just in free agency. Okay, I'm just going to test free agency. Guys, I made a huge fucking mistake. I accidentally offered somebody that was a 64 overall. I offered a 64 overall $30 million and they signed. I was trying to tab down to least amount and I accidentally went past the least amount and went 30 million. I'm so dumb. And but also too, like, why is that in the game? If I want to go minimum, it shouldn't let me go minimum. I want to go all the way to the right. That means I want to offer the minimum. Why would it just wrap around? So dumb. All right, well, now I have to trade him because I'm not paying him 30 million, but it was only for one year anyway, but still. Ah, frustrating. I just got a 7th round pick from the Patriots. I traded away Davis. I didn't want Davis on my team. I accidentally signed him to too much money. I didn't think it's going to free up money either. It did. Okay, thank goodness. All right. Wow. I can't believe it. Thank goodness the Patriots accepted that. I mean, only for one season, but still, I couldn't have that. All right. I wanted to show you guys free agency recap, and I accidentally skipped past it. Oh boy. Okay, let's just see if I can just go to transactions. Maybe that'll help you out. So let's see if I just go to the Falcons. I'll show you who we signed. So let's go to the Falcons here. I'll just show you guys from this screen. It's not a big deal. But we got Morgan Fox, Joe Schobert, Jamal Agnew, Corey Davis, Bobby Wagner, DJ Jones, Derek Nottie on the squad, and I mean I'm pretty happy with that. Jalen Moore, we got him. Yeah, we got a bunch of guys. So I have some guys from the practice squad too that we signed. But yeah, I mean solid free agency. We're gonna go to the draft. We do have our first round picks. So I'll show you guys who we take with that. But other than that, I mean that's gonna be pretty much it. I want to see if I can maybe get another first rounder. I don't think I'm gonna be able to, but let's just go to the draft. Plus we got a 7th rounder from the Patriots by signing a $30 million contract. That was funny. That was really funny. I think at pick 27 in the first round, we kind of just have to take whoever's best available. I don't really need a... I don't know if I want Caleb Williams, but he might have like good trade value. So he would be best player available. And I guess theoretically, if it doesn't work out, Desmond Ridder, I have him too. I could move one or the other, but yeah, I think, yeah, we'll take Caleb Williams. Why not? So there you go. I'm going to do the rest of the drafts off camera. I'll let you guys know what we got. All right, so let's take a look at the draft recap here. It's kind of insane. Not really that insane. But you saw we took Caleb Williams. We also got another wide receiver, Tony Morgan, Santiago Sanchez, Garland, Mark Gathers, Jerry Jones, Assad Mason, and Markel Spencer. So another 2 wild. Those are the guys we got. Let's head on into the start of the second season. Let's build on our season that we had in our first year, where we went to divisional and went 13-4. Start the second season. Here is the roster that we've got. Let's take a look at it. So starting it off, we've got QB Desmond Ridder still here, Caleb Williams. We'll see how they do. We've got Robinson on the squad. Cordell's gone. Ty's going to be our backup running back, which is pretty cool. Fullback, no fullbacks right now. Wide receivers, Drake London, Corey Davis, and Jamal Agnew are our guys. As our top 3, we got Kyle Pitts, tight end. Jake Matthews, left tackle. Matthew Bergeron is our left guard. Center is Drew Dahlman. Chris Winstrom is our right guard. Caleb Gary, right tackle, but he's hurt. Onyemata, he's our left tackle. Right end is going to be Grady Jarrett. DJ Jones, defensive tackle. Derek Nottie. Arnold Bicchetti, he's our left outside linebacker. Mid linebackers got Wagner and Joe Schobert. We've got Lorenzo Carter, right outside linebacker, which is pretty cool. Corners, A.J. Charles Jr. is hurt right now. Hudges, Clark Phillips, Jesse Bates, the third free safety. Strong safeties, Richie Grant, Young Ho Koo, and Bradley Pinion is our punters. So, I mean, if there's any moves we want to make now to start the season, it could. I think we're good, though, for the most part. I mean, if we take a look at the improved team, obviously, if I want to improve the line, I could get somebody that could help us out there. But I just right now a couple guys that are hurt, so we just gotta get them healthy. Is there any corners that we'd want to sign? An additional corner. I mean, I could try to get Jeff Oduka back. He went to the Bears, so I didn't end up getting him back on the squad. We could just sign a David Long Jr. for the season. Just another guy that fits the scheme of the team. So I'll pick him up. And I think right guard, we might want to just pick up a backup right guard. The right guard isn't that strong. So, I mean, unless I can get Spencer Burford. What would a package for Spencer Burford look like? And no trade packages. Okay, so... Alright, the 49ers don't want to make a move. That's fine. I think we just rock out with the team that we have. If we need to make a move at the midseason, I will show you guys that move. But for now, should be good. If we were 5-2 last season, ended up 13-4, we should be able to end up with a good record again this season. Because we didn't make too many changes. Well, weirdly enough, of course, somehow this season we're 2-5, which I don't think that makes a lot of sense, but here we are. Improved team functionality. Let's look at the injury report. Maybe that's what it is. Let's just take a look and see if any players hurt. It's kind of weird that we're now 2-5. Only amount of partial PCL tear and Jamal Agnew broken hand. Okay, so we got a couple injuries. I feel like that shouldn't be too crazy though, but it seems as though that it's enough to have an effect on us because we're not playing that great. I mean, offensively, we're number 3. Defensively, 22nd. So our defense is bad this year. Let's see why. Let's take a look at the stats here and see if maybe there's any way we can improve it. So Desmond Ridder, I mean, he's thrown 11 TDs this year, nice, but he's thrown so many interceptions. 88.7 passer rating. 674 yards is okay. Robinson's having a nice year, 580. Only 1 TD though. Ritter's kind of rushing. Then we got Ty as our backup running back. Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Morgan Davis is up there as well in terms of receiving. Our blocking, how's that looking there? Only 4 sacks allowed this season. Defensively, 52 tackles from Wagner, 38 from Joey Boy, David Long Jr. 38. In terms of sacks, we only have 6.5 from Lenzer Carter. Then down here, it's kind of dipped a bit. Interceptions, only 4 as a team this year so far. Maybe that'll change in the second half of the season. But yeah, we're not doing too great this year defensively, so maybe we try to acquire some defensive talent to help us out. Let's see what we had here. Yeah, I mean, offensively, number 3 in terms of total yards, which is good. Our passing is close to the top. Our rush is also top half of the league. We're scoring 25.6 points per game, which is really good. However, defensively, we have not been very good this season. So it's definitely a bit of a dip there. 636 pass yards allowed, which is near the bottom. And 650 yards rush. And that's pretty good. 185 points in total is 3rd worst in the league. So yeah, a bit lower than I would like. So let's see if there's any moves we can make out there to improve this team. So we'll go to the trade finder, see what we got. We have some picks. We could potentially move, try to get some more defensive talent. So let's go to the trade center. I think we might need a left end. Onyemata is being hurt. And plus, I might want to move him anyway, because I think he's getting up there in age. We do need some more offensive weapons, is what it's saying. It's kind of funny, but let's just take a look here. Left end. Yeah, Garland and Timmy Horn. So I think maybe we try to make a move here for a better left end going forward, or even a left outside linebacker. We could do something like that too. So yeah, I'll see if there's any moves that we can make, and we'll go from there. I traded for Greg Rousseau, a couple 7s this year, and a 6th-round pick for a future first. Greg Rousseau fits the scheme of the team. He's under contract for a couple seasons. He's going to be a really good left end for us because he helped out our defense a little bit. So welcome to the squad. I think it's the only move we're going to make this year. I don't think we're going to make the playoffs unless we have an amazing second half of the season, which I guess it's possible, but we need a lot to go our way. So this might just be a transition year. I'll see you guys at the end of the year. We actually almost made the playoffs. We were 8-9. If we had just won one more game, we ended up making it. But didn't have that greatest first half of the season, unfortunately. And you guys see the ranks we ended up with. I guess we ended up all right defensively, a little bit better. Our passing defense was better. Rush defense was really good, so it helped out there, but not quite enough as we went 9-8, or 8-9 rather. If we went 9-8, we would have made it. Beat out the Saints possibly, but unfortunately, just wasn't quite enough for us. As like I said, we finished 8-9, and you know we lost our last 2 games, so we were 8-7 if we won those 2 games. 9-7, 10-7. Unfortunately, just couldn't get the job done. And we lost by 3. I saw we lost by a field goal to the Giants. That's unfortunate. The Giants also 8-9. Let's look at the stats and see how the team performed Now, Desmond Ridder, interestingly, 3,800 yards, over 300 yards is pretty good. 26 TDs is solid, but there's way too many interceptions. 93 passer rating, which is fine. But again, if he cuts down those interceptions, a lot higher. Robinson was excellent, almost 1,300 yards, 4 TDs, split it low. Tyler, though, was solid, 420 yards total, but 11 TDs. Ritter, 6 TDs from him. Drake London, over 1,000 receiving yards. He was solid. Kyle Pitts, 903, 742 for Corey Davis, which was all right. Our blocking was good. Only allowed 11 sacks. Bobby Wagner led the team in defense in terms of tackles. 118, 30 more than Joe. And you guys can see the rest of the guys down here. I see Russo had 11.5 sacks, 8.5 for Lorenzo Carter, 5 from Grady Jarrett. So you like to see that. How many interceptions is a team? We had 3 guys at least 2, and 4 guys with 1. So do the math. That's 11. Young Hoku, actually it's not. It's 10. Stupid. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Young Hoku, Bradley Pinion, kicking, punting, get your kick return and punt return there. Nothing too crazy. Not a bad year, but it could have been better. First half of the season was bad. And we lost the last 2 games this second season. So, you know, what are you going to do? You tried. But we have some work to do. We're going to have a little bit of money, hoping to play around with. In free agency to add a few moves. And some of the guys are going to continue to develop. So, let's see who ends up winning the Super Bowl and go on from there. Bills defeat the Eagles 31-14, which is pretty good. Let's take a look here at the awards. So we got Josh Allen, Super Bowl MVP. Dak Prescott, NFL MVP. Coach of the Year, Zach Taylor. Dak Prescott, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Micah Parsons. Edward Russell, Offensive Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year to Joey Donahue of the Seahawks. Pretty good stuff. Nothing too crazy, but nevertheless, I like what I'm seeing here from the boys. Let's go on to the free agency. All right, did I show you? I don't know if I showed you guys the Super Bowl recap. I think I did. If I didn't, I apologize. We can show you guys next season because you can always go back in time. But I thought I did. I don't know. I can't remember. I went upstairs to get a drink. So, anyways, yeah, 60.8 million cap, 10 players. Let's take a look at who those 10 players would be. I have a feeling that a couple of them would be crazy. Yep, AJ Terrell Jr., got to get him back. Drake London, got to get him back, although he's an option, so it's pretty easy to get him back. Richard Grant, Drew Dahlman would like to keep. Lorenzo Carter would like to keep. Let's these guys back here, not that important. But yeah, let's see if we can keep a few of these guys here. I'd like to not have them hit free agency, but we'll see what ends up happening. Alright, so Drew Dahlman's the other one's going to test. That's fine. Everybody else there can kind of walk. I wouldn't mind trying to sign some replacements here. Let's go on a free agency so you can add some of the talent to this team. So if you're in your recap here, in case you guys are curious to see who we signed and who we didn't. So, Rondale Moore, we got him as a new wide receiver for the team. Shaq Thompson, mid linebacker. We got Charles to be a new right end. Another right end. Sean Evans, another mid linebacker. Then we re-signed Drew Dahlman on the team. So I like the moves we made. I feel like we had a pretty solid offseason in terms of free agency. But let's go to the draft, and I don't think we have our first round pick, so we'll just probably see you guys at draft recap. I'll make the picks. I'll show you guys. Alright, so to show you guys the draft recap, actually, I think I might have been wrong in my assumption of the picks. I think it was, what's it called? We had a first round pick this year, but we got Tremaine Spillman, Ted Blumberg, Bryce Whitter, we got Broderick Flynn, Elijah Johnson, Glenn Basket, Tyler Malone, Red, Beckham, and then we got Kramer. So solid draft. Got a lot of guys to be on our team for depth purposes. So I'll see you guys, I guess, at the start of the third season. We'll look at the roster and see how good the team's going to be. All right, let's take a look at the roster here. It's pretty interesting. We have a trade offer. I'm curious to see what that's all about. Let's see. Ty. What do they got for Ty? Let's see. Ty. What do we got? Elam. Just carry your Elam, that's it. Don't think I need that. Alright, I was curious to see what it would be. If there was picks involved, maybe I would have done it. Because getting running backs, especially if I wanted to get like another one, would have been really easy to do. Easy enough to where I can give up picks. Just to get like a superstar running back. But, not going to do that. Let's look at the QB. So we got Desmond Ridder still as our QB. I'm rocking with him right now. I don't know if that's going to stay that way. If I want to move him, we'll see. Robinson and Ty are our running backs. Wide receiver, Drake London, Rondale Moore, Agnew. Got Corey Davis as well still. Tight ends, obviously, still Kyle Pitts. Jake Matthews is our left tackle. Left guard is Matthew Bergeron. Drew Dahlman's our center. We've got Lindstrom as our right guard. Right tackle, still Caleb McGarry. Left end, we got Greg Russo, who's our left end right now. Right end's going to be Grady Jarrett. DJ Jones and Derek Nottie are our defensive tackles. Arnold Avocati is our left outside linebacker. Mid linebackers, we got Thompson and Evans. Lorenzo Carter, right outside linebacker. AJ Terrell Jr. is our corner with Phillips. Actually, we do need a corner. So maybe we could move a running back and or a wide receiver. I feel like we have a lot of wide receivers. Free safety still Jesse Bates. And then we've got Richie Grant as our strong safety, kicker, Young Hoku, punter, Bradley Pinion. Actually, yeah, what is our team looking like here? If I look at the wide receiver situation, I feel like we have a decent amount of wide receivers. Maybe we can move a couple of those guys to get a corner. I'm gonna try that and see if we can maybe acquire another cornerback for our team. I think that would be helpful for us. All right, I traded Hodgins and Spencer. Second and third round pick. We got a fourth and a fifth as well as Banks to be another corner that fits the scheme of the team. So it's going to help us out, I think, defensively at our cornerback spot, especially because we needed another corner. So I think we're good for the team. Let's just take a look here at the improved team functionality. Look at our rankings. I'm kind of curious to see where we are. What is our weakest position? If there's anybody that could maybe sign. But I think we might rock the squad as is. I think we're good. Yeah, we look pretty solid on paper. But we'll find out how good this team's going to be, what we're made of. Hopefully it's enough to compete for the playoffs this season. So I'll see you guys at the midseason point. Let's see how we're doing. All right, so we're sitting at 4-2 right now. Pretty solid record. Team's looking all right. Offensively, we're not that great. We have the most pass TDs. Do we really have 2 rush TDs? That's very low. We have the number 1 ranked defense, though, because of the yards. So that's seems to be the formula. Build a good defensive team, and you win. Wow, who would have guessed? Nevertheless, sometimes the defense doesn't always beat. Let's see how the team's doing. I mean, Desmond Ridder's been solid this season, it looks like. 19 TDs, 8 interceptions. That's better. 65% completion percentage, 108.7 pass rating. It's definitely much better this season so far. I don't know why his eye is like that. Wait, is that... Wait, is he? It's just a picture. The picture just looks really bad. Yeah, like, even, like, Robinson looks, like, really weird. Yeah, I don't know, it's the quality of the picture, I guess. Yeah, Robinson. Yeah, only 1 TD. That's crazy. That's very low. But that's fine. Drake London's been solid. Moore, Pitts, and Agnew is our top 4 guys, receiving-wise. Blocking, of course, has been excellent. Only Jake Matthews allowed 3 sacks. That's really good. So our line's been great. This is where we're making our bread and butter here defensively. Shaq Thompson, 40 tackles, 34 for Phillips, 3rd. Deontay Banks, who we just acquired, has been good, I guess. In terms of sacks, 6 from Greg Russo. Glad we got him. Lorenzo Carter, 4, 2.5 from Grady Jarrett. I'm liking that. We have 7 interceptions as a team. AJ Terrell and Grant have 2. These guys have 1. Kicking, Young Hoku is 0 for 1. Yikes. Punting, Pinion. Then you get your kick return and your punt return. So you saw offensively, we're only 23rd. That's a bit low. Definitely a bit low. In terms of total yards gained. Like it to be a little bit higher. Unfortunately, it's not. Our passing is not that high, but we do have 20 pass TDs. That's, I think, is pretty good. So we are making the most out of our opportunities. 814 rush yards. I feel like that's top half the league, but it's, you know, not by much. I guess not many people running, I guess. But yeah, we are scoring a lot, which is good. 20 passing TDs is tied for the best with the Bengals. So that's good. We're definitely not rushing a lot, though, as you can see. Yeah, not very good there. But that's all right. Defensively, have been excellent. 1,247 pass yards allowed. That's really good. top 4? No, top 5, sorry. Top 6? Sixth, okay. And here we're second in terms of rush yards allowed. And point-wise, 119 points allowed. So we're looking good. We're looking good. 18 sacks near the top of the league as well. Let's keep it up. Don't think there's any moves you want to make this season at the midseason point. I mean, I don't know. Do I want to get another running back? Part of me wants to get a better running back. Let's view the offers here for Ty. I mean, we could get another running back, and then maybe Robinson could be our backup. Yeah, because I want to make our offense a little bit more dynamic. So I feel like if we get a good running back, that could help us out. So let's see if there's a running back on the market that I can get. I'm gonna look. All right, I just acquired Breece Hall, third round pick this season for Ty Algier, and then Derek Nottie, a first round pick in 2028. All also fits to keep the team. So that's an upgrade there. We also get we still have Robinson. So we're gonna be our 1-2 punch at the back spots. I don't mind that. I think that makes our offense a little bit more dynamic. Let's advance to the mid-season. Well, actually, not the mid-season point. Playoffs, because I think we'll be able to make it. At least we should. Let's find out. And then making the wild card, 10-7. Take on the almost the Tigers, Lions. The Lions here, so that's gonna be pretty cool. Offensively, 11th. They were 21st. Defensively, we were 3. They were 4th. Okay, should be an interesting matchup. So let's see here these stats. 10-7 on the season. Not a bad year from our team. So if we look at these statistics for our players, Ritter had his best season so far for us. 38 TDs is really good. 15 interceptions, not bad, but with 38 TDs, we take that. 69% complete percentage, and 100.86 passer rating is excellent. Over 3,600 yards thrown. Robinson was really good. Ended up with almost 1,300 yards, 7 TDs, 10 from Hall at 490. I guess he was our kind of secondary back, which I guess is fine. Drake London, almost 1,000 receiving yards from him. Moore was solid. Kyle Pitts, 766 and 6 TDs. 11 TDs from Agnew. He was good. Robinson even had some receiving TDs. Blocking-wise, for the most part, overall, we were good. Jake Matthews with the most amount of sacks allowed. Shaq Thompson and Banks led the team in tackles. I can see there Russo's going to have 11.5 sacks, 9 from Carter, 6 from Grady, so I love that. And 4 interceptions from AJ, 3 from Richie Grant, 2 from these guys down here, and then 1 from Troy Anderson. So far, so good. Young Hoku, need more out of you. 4 out of 9 is not very good, but it's okay as long as you don't do that in the playoffs. And you saw your kick return and punt return. So overall, the team was good. Offensively, 11th. I mean, that's definitely better than what we were before. We definitely stepped it up. Passing yard-wise, I would say it's relatively average. And then rushing-wise, we were one of the better teams in the league. Yep, and we scored 24 points per game, which is also top half of the league as well. Passing TDs, we were near the top. Rush TDs, near the bottom. That's fine. Defensively, we were really good, top 3. Pass yards allowed, near the top in terms of least amount, and then same thing with rush as well. 399 points, also pretty good. So we got to take on a good defense team, the Lions, but they don't really score a lot. So I mean, and we're capable of stopping them because we have a good defense too. So we'll see how we can do if we can penetrate their defense. Let's see what ends up happening in the wild card. See you guys in the Super Sim. Right, the wild card's upon us. The Super Sim is about to be commenced and should be an exciting one. Let's hop on in and see how we do. So starting it off here with a 7-0 lead. 14-0 in the second quarter. They get a TD back, 14-7 second quarter. We scored here. We don't. They score, though, tie up the game. Going into the second half, we got to be able to score here, and we don't. It's fourth quarter. It's close. They're going to get a field goal. Can we score? We get a touchdown, and we just hold them off, 21-17. Ooh, boy, we almost didn't win that one, but we clutched it out at the end. So we are going to be advancing on to the divisional. Shout out to the boys for advancing. Congratulating everybody. Love it indeed. Let's take a look here. You can see there Desmond Ridder was pretty solid in terms of completion percentage. Didn't have a lot of TDs, but Overall, though, pretty solid. I mean, Robinson, 18 carries, 67 yards. Drake London had 6 receptions, 55 yards. Moore, only 1 catch. I mean, listen, good enough for me. Let's go on to the divisional. All right, so we're taking on our good old pals, the Eagles again. This time their record a little bit thinner, but they were the 8th ranked offense and the 27th ranked defense. So maybe this year is our year that we could beat them in the wild card and advance to the conference championship game. Let's find out. Let's go to the Super Sim. So here we are. We're about to enter the Super Sim here. Let's see what ends up happening. Jump forward here. We'll sim to the end of the game. Starting it off here. They get a field goal. Can we get a touchdown? Nope. Field goals traded off here. Second quarter, halfway through. Can we go into the second half of the lead? We do. 6-3. It's a low-scoring game right now. We get another field goal, 9-3. Going to the fourth quarter, they get a field goal, 9-6. We score a touchdown, make it 16-6. And we're going to score again, and yes, we end up winning 23-6. The Eagles just were not very good offensively at all. And, yeah, we clamped them. Only 2 field goals allowed, so great game from us. But we are going on the NFC Conference Championship game, as somehow, some way we're there. I don't know how we're doing it, but we're doing it, boys and girls. Let's take a look here and see what we got. Yeah, Jalen Hurts. Not the best game from him. Ritter was solid. We'll take it. Looked like we run the ball out there. Robinson got some runs. Not too much average carry, though, but still, nevertheless, good enough to be... You're going to be taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 9-8 is what they were. And you can see offensively, they're not a very good team. 29th. But they had the 6th best defense. Somehow this team is in the conference championship and getting hot. Of course, we're taking on it. Yeah, they're also in the NFC South, obviously. So, who is in the AFC? Curious to see what that's looking like. It's the Raiders and the Jaguars. So, the boys. So, a 52-10 victory from them. All right. Let's see what happens in the Super Sim. Can we get advanced to the Super Bowl? Well, we're going to find out. All right, we're about to enter the Super Sim here. Let's jump forward to the end of the game and see what ends happening. This is to go to the Super Bowl here. So, we're started off with a field goal there, 3-0 second quarter. We're holding them pretty hard. They do score, make it 7-3. Can we score right back? We do, make it 10-7. Going into the second half, it's 10-7 us. We're trading back and forth. They get a TD, 14-10. We're down. They score 17-10. We score. We do tie it, but they score. Can we score and tie it? We do. We're going to OT. Can we score here in OT? And we do. We do a field goal in overtime to go to the Super Bowl. That was a very back and forth game. That was close. But we are going to the Super Bowl here, ladies and gentlemen, in our 3rd season. Can we get the job done? I guess we're going to find out. But, yeah, Maxwell Stockton. Oh, my goodness. That's not the best complete percentage. I mean, overall, I guess all right. Desmond Ridder had a really good game. So... We're going to the Super Bowl. Who are we going to take it on? Are we going to be the Raiders or the Jaguars? Let's find out. Right, it's going to be the Raiders. Let's advance to the Super Bowl. We're in Pro Bowl week here. But we're going to be taking on the Las Vegas Raiders in the Super Bowl in our 3rd season. They were 14-3, by the way. They're obviously coming off a really good season. Super Bowl was in Atlanta this season, so that's pretty cool. Let's take a look here at the ranks. Number 1 offense is the Raiders. We were the 11th, and they have the number 8 defense. We have the number 3. So... this is going to be an interesting one. On paper, it looks like we might be better, but record-wise, they're better. I mean, see the overalls. So, by that logic, we should win. But let's find out. Let's go to the Super Sim. All right, so we are going to the Super Sim in the Super Bowl. It's going to be exciting. We're going to go quarter by quarter here. I'm going to try to make sure that if we do have a close one and hop on in, that I'm not going to F up this time. So we're going to jump forward here. End of game. Oh, no, not end of game. Sorry. To... jump forward to the next quarter. So starting it off here, we field goal there, first quarter, 3-0 lead. All right, nothing too crazy there. Let's go on to the second quarter here. How we do? Still 3-0. They're going to get a touchdown, make it 7-3. Make it 14-3 now, 14-6 in the 3rd. So we're about to jump to the second half here, 14-6. We need to score here. So starting it off, and they're going to score. It's 21-6. We got to be able to score. And we are about to lose the Super Bowl, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Well, it was a GG. 21-13. And, yep, they score there. Yep, no, we're not going to win. Yep, 28-13. We get to the Super Bowl and lose. Of course, overall rankings, that makes a lot of sense, game, right? Yeah. If it was the reverse, it would have been us losing. But unfortunately, you know. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, we got a good season. We'll try to build on it. We still got 2 more years. Nothing to be upset about. The Raiders were 14-3. Wow, the way he's holding his chest is kind of crazy. Yeah, Raider not the best of games. 50% completion percentage. Not really gonna cut it. All right, let's go on to the off-season recap. See the awards, and then try to make some moves to get us back into this position and maybe win it again, potentially, this time. All right, so you can see Josh Jacobs, Super Bowl MVP. We had Josh Allen, Josh McDaniels, Jonathan Taylor, T.J. Watt, Cade Fullerton from the Raiders. Makes sense. And then Rashard Hood, defensive rookie of the year for the Jets. All right, let's go on to the board season. A decent amount of money here. 11 players up for contract. $79 million, over $79 million in cap room. What do we got to do here? Kyle Pitts, definitely want to keep him around. Robinson's got an option. We're going to obviously accept his 5th-year option. Why wouldn't we? Russo's going to be a free agent. Banks, we're going to accept his option. Ritter, we got to re-sign him, I would assume, if we want to keep him around. Ebukati, wouldn't mind keeping him. Grady Jarrett, wouldn't mind keeping him. So there's a few options here. We'll try to keep some of these guys on the squad. I'm going to offer some contracts you end up keeping. We'll go from there. We're going to have about $16 million in cap. Ebukati wants to test Anderson. I didn't even offer. Some of these guys didn't offer. I mean, Fitzpatrick could offer. I mean, he could offer Trey Anderson. We'll throw him like a smaller contract. If he wants to accept it, he can. All right, he did. All right, cool. So we have $14 million in cap. A few guys free agency. I mean, minor moves about to be commencing here in terms of signings. So we'll just show you guys who we get. All right, so nothing too crazy in free agency. I mean, we signed everybody that we wanted back, and then we also got a new left outside linebacker, Matthew Judon. Fits scheme team. Older, but still got him. Then we got Jake Matthews for a season again, re-signed him. Both of them fit the scheme of the team, so we'll see what ends up happening with that. I mean, the draft, I'll show you guys the draft recap, but other than that, we're just going to the 4th season and trying to make the playoffs again. All right, let's view the draft recap here. Curious to see what it's looking like. And, I mean, we did get Chris Truman right tackle, Floyd, Whittington, Walters, Elam, Cruz, and Wilcox. So, nothing too crazy. Let's go on to the start of the 4th season. All right, so to start the 4th season, let's take a look at the roster that we got going on over here. So, in terms of our lineup, it's looking pretty good. Ritter, QB still. Running back, we've got Robinson and Hall. They're a pretty solid, dynamic duo. In terms of our wide receivers, got Drake London, Rondell Moore, Daniel Morgan is our other guy. I might want to get another wide receiver. We'll see. Kyle Pitts, he's looking good. Jake Matthews, left tackle. We've got Bergeron as our left guard. Drew Dahlman's our center. Right guard is Chris Lindstrom. We got Caleb McGarry as our right tackle. Greg Rousseau is our left end. Grady Jarrett is our right end. Defensive tackles in Jones and Spillman. Matthew Judon is our left outside linebackers hurt right now. Shaq Thompson and Rashawn Evans are our 2 mid linebackers. Lorenzo Carter, left outside linebacker, or right outside linebacker. Dejavel, Deontay Banks, Clark Phillips, 3rd. Corners, we got Jesse Bates, our free safety, strong safety, still Grant. Of course, we got Young Hoku, and we don't have a punter. So we're going to pick up a punter, and that's going to be about it. That's going to be our season, well, our roster for the season. So let's go to the improved team and pick up our punter. Could be anybody, really. So let's see who's out there in terms of punting. We've got Blake Gillikin. Pick him up. Should be okay. And we are going to get him. Just like that. If we need to make a move at the midseason, I will. But I think for now, we are okay. What's our left outside right outside linebacker looking like right now? Obviously, since we don't have one currently. I wouldn't mind trying to sign one in free agency. So actually, let me go to the free agents themselves, because sometimes you look at it there from the improved team, it's not always there. So let's see if there's any good right outside linebackers that we could potentially pick up as well that are in city good free agency. I feel like for the most part there probably won't be anybody that great, but just another one. Zaire Franklin could work. Jalen Smith. You know, we get Jalen Smith. Get him fits the team, so we'll get him just for the season. and that works. Just as a guy, you know, back up Judon. So, all right, I think we're good here. Let's simulate to the end of, well, not the end of the season, mid-season point. See how this team is. I feel like we should be pretty good, but you know, I've been surprised before. All right, well, we are pretty good. 6-1 so far on this season. We're looking pretty good. Top 5 offense and number 14 on defense. So that's pretty good. 6-1 in the standings. Liking the way that our team is playing so far. We got a big matchup against Tampa Bay, though. So hopefully we can beat them. But 6-1, definitely close to best in the league. So we're right there. We'd end off the season on a strong note. Love to get a bye if potential. That'd be awesome. In terms of statistics, let's see how we're doing. I mean, I've been rocking with Desmond Ridder this entire time, so I'm kind of surprised that I am. I figured I would have gotten a different quarterback, but no, he's been better every season. I mean, yes, this is the season I like from him. 15 TDs, 3 interceptions, much better ratio there, 5-1, and he's got a 70% complete percentage, 110.5 passer rating. That's what we like to see. That's beautiful. Robinson's been excellent, 646 and 9. Hall as a backup has been good. Also, I feel like having 2 really good running backs also then makes it so that there are teams that don't have as good running backs. I think that helps. I don't know. When you have talent on the team, it dilutes the league. So that's how I see it. So yeah, Moore, Pitts, London, they're doing their thing out there. Our blocking has been all right. We've allowed 9 sacks. Throughout the season, Troy Anderson, 50 tackles from him, 43 for Shaq Thompson. Matthew Judon, 39. I see there, Russo's got 7 sacks to lead the team, 3.5 for Matthew Judon. So that's good. Interception-wise, Clark Phillips, he's got 2, and then a bunch of guys down here have 1. Kicking, Koo, 6 of 8, which is pretty good. You got your punting, kick return, and punt return. So we already saw offensively, we're 5th in total offensive yards. And passing is probably pretty high up there, and it is. Rush is also going to be pretty high up there, too. 3rd in the league. Love it. And we're scoring at a 29.7 point per game clip, which is the best in the National Football League. Also commonly known as the NFL. As you can see there defensively, not too bad as well. Our rush defense is pretty solid. And our passing, 1538, has been alright. Could be better, but could be worse. 158 points allowed is a little high, but it's doable. Our defense, for the most part, has been solid, especially our offense. Our offense will be good, and it shouldn't matter too much. I was thinking about making a move, but I think we'll hold off this season from making a move. Maybe in our 5th and final season, I'll just try to make some trades, since it's our final season anyway. We just try to stack up a good team. But keep it as is, because we're pretty good so far. Should be able to make the play. Well, we ended up being good. 15-2, automatically in the wild card. Best record, I guess, in the NFL. So we're on a little revenge tour here in this season, as we clinched the best record. And look at that, the Raiders are 13-4 too. Love to get a rematch against them. So shout out to the boys doing their thing out there. Let's take a look here at the statistics, because that's going to be where it's curious. You saw the rankings. I mean, they're really good all around. How was our passing? Let's find out and take a look there. Close that out there. We don't need that up. All right. So, I mean, yeah, Desmond Ridder, pretty solid. 3,640 yards, 34 TDs, 10 interceptions, 74% completion percentage, 116.8 passer rating. Love it. Absolutely love it. Robinson was 16 out of 37 rush yards, 16 TDs. My guy. My guy. Breece Hall, he had 11 TDs, 444 from him. Rondell Moore, 906 yards, 838 from Drake London, and 14 receiving touchdowns. My guy. My guy. Kyle Pitts with 6, 741. Love that. Jamar Gathers. Even Robinson's getting on the receiving end, man. Wow. Blocking-wise, overall pretty good. Defensively, 109 tackles from Troy Anderson. Shaq Thompson with 96. I see there's 16 sacks from Greg Russo. He's obviously been a good pickup for us. 8.5 from Judon, 8.5 from Grady Jarrett. So loving that. I see 5 interceptions from Clark Phillips III. We got Thompson with 3, 2 from Terrell Jr. and Bates the third. and 1 from Judon, Troy, and Richie. So far they're pretty good. 11, Young Hoku 11 to 14, and then punting, kick return, and punt return. So 4th in terms of total offensive yards. That is really good. Our passing obviously is going to be pretty solid, but not like anything crazy. Average. I mean, rushing wise, we were number 2 in the league, only to the friggin' Raiders. We had 28 points. Boys, the Buccaneers, played them last year in the playoffs. Obviously, they were 9-8 this season. 17th offensive rank, 12th defensive rank. I mean, we're number 3 and number 4. We should be able to beat them. But let's go to the full sim. We're gonna go to full game, go to the super sim, and find out if that will be the case. All right, super sim is upon us. Here we go. Let's see how we do here against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We're gonna jump ahead and see what happens. So here we go. Starting it off, we're going to be giving up a field goal there, but we get a field goal back. 3-3, make it 10-3 them. 17-3, what's going on here? 17-10. Got to be able to score here, 3rd quarter. It's back and forth right now. Going to the 4th, no score there. 17-13, they score 20-13. Can we make a touchdown? No, field goal. And we choked after being 15-2, best team in the NFL. What a surprise. Who would have guessed it? We lost in the divisional. Not a surprise there. I'm not surprised. 20-16. You build a great team and they end up choking. Fantastic. Fantastic. Well, let's see what ended up happening. What absolutely transpired there. Somehow Maxwell Stockton had a really good game. Yeah, definitely a disappointment. Very bad ending to the season there. You can't lose to that team. Not like that. I mean, it was only a 4-point game, so you can't lose. Alright. Well, we got one more season. Let's see on to win the Super Bowl, and then we got to make some moves. Drastic moves need to be made if we're going to be 15-2 and not make it out of the divisional. And the Raiders won the Super Bowl once again. Interestingly enough, I don't know how they did it. Cade Fullerton, Super Bowl MVP. You guys see the awards on the right side. Allen, Smith, Jacobs, Parsons, Mackey, and Devine. Panthers, Ravens are the rookies. Those last 2 names. 35-14. Alright, let's go on to the 5th and final season. Did I show you guys the 2024 season? I don't know if I did, but if I didn't, there it is. I don't think I did. These are all the seasons so far. Alright. How far can you go back on this? You go all the way back to... Wow. Bart Starr. They don't know the rookies, though. Wait. What years? 77. I can just go to any year I wanted to. 1980. Yeah, well, that's pretty cool. Nice. Alright. Let's go on to... the offseason. All right, we've got 14 players up in negotiation. About $53 million in cap room. Drake London we want to keep. Bates we want to keep. A few of these guys we want to keep. Caleb Williams will accept this option. I might trade him just because I feel like I don't need him. But yeah, I think there's a few moves that we can make to improve this team. So we're gonna do that. But let's try to sign some of these guys back and go on from there. Definitely want to get back London, Bates for sure. So let's get back the important guys first. All right, so Phillips and Bergeron want to test. That's fine. I'm going to try to get back those guys. I mean, kicking, punting, we can probably get new guys if we need to. But other than that, I mean, I got back most of the guys I wanted. So we're also going to make a few trades. Try to get some guys on the team as well. So let's head on to free agency. It's not going to be too good of a class. It's mostly kickers and punters. So we can try to get a new kicker and a punter. I traded for Hood and Diablo from the Jets for a first-round pick this season and a second and third-round pick in 2028. It didn't really need the first round picks. So I just wanted to get some players there. So we got some more defensive talent on the team. I'm going to show you guys also who we signed. So we're just going to go on a free agency recap. I think I did all my signings that I wanted to do. There might be more trades that we can make to start to fit the final season. But I think for now we're good. But let's take a look here at the free agency recap once this advances. Usually I don't stay on this screen because it takes forever. But here we are. Let's view the free agency recap. And, you know, nothing too crazy in free agency. But we did get Jake Elliott, new kicker. We got Logan Cook, punter. We got Marcus Jones, new corner. Re-signed Bergeron. And then we got Patrick Jones, the second, another left outside linebacker for us. So, I think that's going to be it for us. Let's just go on to the fifth and final season. I'm going to show you guys the draft recap because these are all January rookies. And we're really more worried about the sauce, a.k.a. the good players, doing their thing. So, I'll see you guys the fifth and final season with the roster. And try to get back to the Super Bowl and hopefully win it this year. All right, fifth and final season. I mean, this is as talented as a roster I'm going to have, I think. I mean, we look at the team. It's pretty good. I mean, Ritter's going to be our QB. I mean, maybe we move Caleb Williams. I don't feel like I need him. Running back, we got Robinson and Hall. Those are our guys. Wide receiver, London, Rondale, and Jamar Gathers. We've got Kyle Pitts, tight end still. Jake Matthews, left tackle. Matthew Bergeron's our left guard. Center's going to be Drew Dahlman. Chris Lindstrom's right guard. Caleb McGarry's our right tackle. Greg Russo's our left end. Grady Jarrett's our right end. We've got Tremaine Spillman, defensive tackle with Assad Mason. Left outside linebackers, Rashard Hood. Diablo and Anderson are our mid linebackers. We've got right side linebacker Lorenzo Carter. AJ Terrell Jr., Deontay Banks, Marcus Jones, your corners right now. Jesse Bates, the third free safety. Granted, he's injured. Richard Grant, strong safety. They got Jake Elliott and Logan Cook. I mean, that's as good as the teams you're going to have. I'd be fit the final season. I feel like we should be good enough. I mean, if we have to make a move in the midseason, if I feel like we're not where we need to be, I will. Otherwise, let's just try to make the playoffs and go really far. So we're sitting at 4-2 right now, which isn't too bad. Offensively, we're not a very good team this year, but defensively, we're 9th. Hopefully, maybe second half of the season, we can kind of improve it. Or maybe we got to acquire an offensive player. But I mean, 4-2 isn't too crazy bad. But let's look at the stats here and see what we've got going on. So looking at it from the perspective here, yeah, Desmond Ridder, I mean, he's only thrown for about 1,070 yards, 8 TDs, only 1 interception, so it's pretty good. Robinson, 415 yards, Rush, 2 TDs, Ridder and Hall. We've got London, Pitts, Jamar, as well as Rondell Moore doing their thing out there. Okay, that's your receivers. Blocking-wise, Gary and Matthews have not been amazing. Mid linebacker Diablo leading the team in tackles with 44, 38 from Grant, 37 from Marcus Jones. Sack-wise, we've got 3.5 from Russo, 1.5 from Diablo. So nothing too crazy there. 4 interceptions to the team, so a bit low. Elliott's been perfect so far. Cook is your punter, and you got your kick return and punt return, which is just Jamar. Not doing too bad there, but yeah, we got to improve our offense. Not very good. So I don't know what's happening there. Maybe we just got off to a slow start. But I'm a little bit worried about that. Second worst, only to the Saints who have not won. And our rush is also fairly low this season. But, or lower than usual. Still okay, but nothing great. 19.7 points per game is near the bottom as well. And, yeah, defensively we've been good. So I'll take that. We are pretty shifty at top half of the league. Pass-wise has been good, and our rush defense also, in terms of rush yards allowed, has been fairly good. I mean, 117 points allowed is 5th best. And in terms of 5th best, I mean 5th lowest. So that's good. All right. Is there any moves we want to make? I think I'm going to try to make a move. If there's any move we can make, if we have a little bit of room, we might as well try to trade some of those picks and maybe improve somewhere. Whether that be like lines or just something. So I'm going to look. Because we have those picks, might as well try to use them to our advantage to get some better players. Make this push to try to get back in the playoffs and have a good season. Yeah, with 11 million in cap, might as well try to acquire a couple guys. So let's see what we can do. All right, we did this trade with the Commanders. Get Avant, Davis, and Hitchcock. A bunch of picks there, first, second, third, a couple fourths, and a fifth. Improve our left tackle, and right outside linebacker spots. I'm going to see if I can do one more trade, and I think we'll be good after that. All right, Ravens gave me Linderbaum and Simpson for first, second, third, pick at 2030. The heck is that year? All right, I think we're good in terms of talent. I think this team should be good enough to make it back to the playoffs. The only way to find us to simulate. I'll see you guys at the end of the season. Look at that. We were back in the playoffs, 13-4, another really good season. We just got to be able to have some good playoff success. I mean, can we get back to the Super Bowl? That's the question that remains to be answered. But we got the Vikings in the wild card round. As you can see, Desmond Ridder, not a bad season from him. Robinson was pretty good. Hall had a really good year too. Actually, Robinson missed like 5 games, which is why Hall got a lot of time. We'll take it. Drake London, over 1,000 receiving yards. He was good. 5 TDs, 676 and 10 for Pitts. He missed a game. Rondell Moore missed a game as well. But so far, everybody has been pretty good. Our blocking was solid. Kyle Vaughn, who we acquired, 12 sacks allowed, a little high, but maybe that was mostly with the other team, the Commanders. Simpson, leading tackler. Then we got Hood as well. I see 18 sacks from Greg Russo, so he obviously had a really good season. 6.5 from Jarrett, 4 from Charles Menu. Spillman, 3, half sack for these guys. We had a couple guys with 3 interceptions, 2 from Terrell Jr., and then 1 from 3. Elliott only missed 1 field goal in the season. Cook's punting, kick return, and punt return for the boys. Now, if we look at the team stats here, top 10 in terms of team stats, number 10 on the offensive end here in terms of total yards. See, 5,171 total yards, 5,771. And our passing was a bit low, but our rush is going to be near the top, which is what you like to see. The Raiders 11-6. I would love to play them again, man. I would love to play them again. 22.3 points. That's near the top of the league. Close enough to it. Defensively, we were also second best. So we were really good there on that front. Second in terms of pass yards allowed. And rush yards second. Third, rather. And we had the lowest amount of points allowed, so our defense was really good on the year. 39 sacks near the top of the league, 10 interceptions. So we'll see what ends up happening. We got the Vikings. I would assume we should be able to beat them, but knowing this game, I mean, we lost to the Buccaneers last season. We probably should have beaten them. So that's a thing. But looking at the rankings, they look pretty good. Look like they're in our favor. But I guess they're going to find us to simulate, so we'll see you guys at that Super Sim. See here, 5th and final season. We got the wild card here. I don't want to jump to the next game. I want to go here. All right. Kickoff, Minnesota 35. We're going to sim to the end of the game, see how we do here. Started off with a 7-0 lead in the first quarter. About to get 14 here. Now we get 10. All right, second quarter here. Vikings pushing up the field. They don't score. Second half, they get a field goal. It's 10-10. They tie it up here. 13-10. Make it 17-13 them in the fourth quarter. We got to be able to score here. We do. Make it 20-17. Can we stop them? We do stop them, and we are just going to escape them by 3 points in the wild card. So we advanced to divisional. I was too close for comfort there, but we got the job done here in the wild card. 20-17 as we move on. To the divisional. I mean, Ritter had a good game. Sam Darnold, a little bad on that ratio there, 55.5%. But Hall was solid. London. All right, cool stuff. Let's go on to the divisional. In the division, we're going to take on our buddies, the Panthers, who are 12-5. They're coming off a good season there. They were the 11th ranked offensive team. We were 10th. Number 1 ranked defense, and we were ranked number 2. So this is a toss-up here. And I mean, they're the overalls. That doesn't mean much though, as you guys can see. But let's see if we get to the conference championship. Right, here we go. We're about to hop into the Super Sim. 1, 2, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Let's do it. Starting it off here, first quarter. We're going to start off with a touchdown there, 7-0. They tie it right back up, though. In the second, we get a field goal, 10-7. They're going to score, make it 13-10. We get a field touchdown, 17-13. It's kind of close here, third quarter. We score again, make it 24-13. 24-13 here, fourth quarter. Carolina gets a field goal there. It's 31-16. Looks like we're going to win there. 31-23. as we are going to be advancing to the NFC Conference Championship game. I'm not sure going to be taken on here, but let's take a look at the stats there. Desmond Ridder didn't have the greatest of games. Bryce Young was pretty good, but we were able to beat them out. Let's go on to the Conference Championships. Who we're taking on. All right, and here we are, the NFC Conference Championship game. Let's just view the playoff bracket. We have the 49ers. In the AFC, it's the Chiefs and the Ravens. So this is going to be interesting. Can we get to the Super Bowl in our fifth and final season? Potentially. Looking at the rankings here, offensively, we were 10th. San Francisco 14th. They're 7th. Defensively, we're 2nd. So it's going to be a tough one. They got Nick Bosa, obviously the man with the legend himself. Let's go on and see how we do against them. Should be an interesting one. Can you make a trade? Wait, hold on. I just want to see something real quick. I didn't say we could make a trade, right? Obviously. What can we do, though? Let me just see something. I want to double check there. I want to make sure I wasn't reading that wrong. Okay. Free agents. We can technically pick up somebody if we really wanted to. Alright, we're not going to do that, though. Alright. Levi's Jeans. Here we go. So let's take a look and see how we're going to be doing against them in the Conference Championship. We're going to see all that Super Sim here. We are the away team here, so let's go sim to the end of the game and see how we do. Starting off, San Francisco going to get the first blood. We get a field goal, make it 7-3. They're going to score again 14-3. Got to be able to score here. We do make it 14-10. Get a stop there. Can we end off? Yeah, okay, 14-13, third quarter. They get a field goal. It's 21-13 now. Fourth quarter, they're going to score again. We're about to lose. 28-20, we got to get a stop, and we don't. And we're going to lose in our fifth and final season in the NFC Conference Championship game. 31-20. Am I surprised? Not necessarily. Maybe it's because it was raining. But we were close. We were close a lot of our seasons, but just not good enough. Couldn't get over the hump, unfortunately, in our fifth and final season. So close, but yet so far. Brock Purdy had a field day against us. 268, 3 TDs, 83.3% completion percentage. Ridder was solid, but not good enough. And yeah, our defense, he kind of picked us apart a little bit. All right, let's just see who wins the Super Bowl. We'll go to the full screen and close the video. All right, so the Ravens ended up winning the Super Bowl against the San Francisco 49ers, 30-24. I think the Ravens got their second Super Bowl this video. Yeah, I think the Raiders and the Ravens won 4 out of the 5 Super Bowls this video. Right? Pretty sure that was the case. Yeah, Raiders beat us. Bills, Ravens, yeah. All AFC championship winners. Crazy. Alright, well, I should have showed you guys the rest of this. I didn't show you guys the awards. I mean, you might have seen them. The rookies don't really matter. You guys don't know who they are. Well, one of them is Melvin. That's a hell of a name right there. You guys see the rest of them on the side. Alright, let's go to the full screen and close the video. Alright guys, well, hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like, subscribe, comment below some videos, go to socials, playlist, second channel, main channel, down in the description. If you like the content, be DJP. We're close, but no cigar. We got really close here, trying to beat the, win the Super Bowl. We made a lot of playoffs a lot of the seasons, had some good teams, unfortunately just couldn't get over the hump. Nevertheless, our next team that we'll be doing is going to be the AFC. Again, it's AFC, NFC, based on standings and where they finished in the playoffs. So, they're looking for that video when it comes out. But for now, I will leave you guys on a happy note. Have a great rest of your night. We'll see you soon. Peace.